Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and much better air quality today. And yeah, looking out at the Wenatchee Valley, that is much better air quality than we've seen the past 3, 4, maybe even 5 days here in the valley. Still a little bit murky out there, but blue sky, and that allowed our temperatures to warm up nicely today. But speaking of warm, I'll tell you what, folks, when we get into Friday tomorrow, Friday all the way through next Wednesday, we are going to enjoy above normal temperatures with mostly sunny skies and high temperatures in the upper 70s and even some lower 80s. We'll talk more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A log truck rollover, then a semi rollover closed 2 major roadways in Grant County early this morning and sent the log truck driver to Harborview Medical Center. Rescuers were able to reach 2 stranded climbers yesterday morning on the Dragontail Peak climbing route in the Enchantment Lakes wilderness area. And fire crews were able to limit the growth of a new fire overnight on the south side of U.S. Highway 2 west of Coles Corner. But first, our top story tonight. Chelan County prosecutors formally brought charges yesterday in the shooting that left a 22-year-old man dead in a Cashmere parking lot. Gustavo Urbana Sotelo was fatally shot in downtown Cashmere after allegedly attacking another man with a baseball bat. Jesus Torres Lucatero, age 24, is now charged with second-degree murder for allegedly firing those shots after Urbina struck his 22-year-old brother, Guillermo Torres Lucatero. Police say Guillermo received minor injuries, and he's now charged with first-degree criminal assistance for allegedly driving away from that crime scene. Both men are being held in the Chelan County Jail. It was the 5th fatal shooting in Chelan County this year, including 2 incidents in which police used deadly force. Well, a log truck rollover, then a semi-rollover closed 2 major roadways in Grant County early this morning and sent the log truck driver to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Highway 28 near Ephrata was blocked from 3 to 9:30 a.m. after the unidentified driver apparently had a medical issue and the truck rolled on its side, spilling the logs onto the roadway. The Washington State Patrol said the man was transported first to Central Washington Hospital, then Seattle. At about 5:30 a.m., a semi rolled on westbound Interstate 90 about 15 miles east of Moses Lake. The State Patrol said it appears the 25-year-old male driver fell asleep, then overcorrected when the vehicle left the roadway. The semi completely blocked the westbound lanes until being removed shortly after 11 a.m. The driver was not injured. Well, rescuers were able to reach 2 stranded climbers yesterday morning on the Dragontail Peak climbing route in the Enchantment Lakes wilderness area southwest of Leavenworth. The volunteer Chelan County Mountain Rescue Association was activated Tuesday night, when the climbers reported they were stuck. The team, with the help from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, managed to reach those climbers yesterday and guide them to the top of the popular but challenging route. No injuries, luckily, were reported. Well, fire crews were able to limit the growth of a new fire overnight on the south side of U.S. Highway 2 west of Coles Corner. The fire was first reported burning in logging slash about 7:15 p.m. That was Wednesday night near Coulter Creek Road. Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue initially responded and then sent out a second alarm that brought in crews from Chelan County Fire Districts 3, 4, and 6, in addition to Douglas County Fire District 2 and the Department of Natural Resources. At 2 a.m. this morning, Lake Wenatchee firefighters reported the operation was in mop-up after burning an estimated 2 acres. Well, when we come back, the Cascade Orchard Bridge, which connects Leavenworth to Icicle Road and the Icicle Valley, will reopen tomorrow. An East Wenatchee lawyer has been appointed to the state board that oversees conduct cases for attorneys throughout Washington. A project to remove old mining waste near Saddle Rock that's kept the popular Wenatchee Foothills Trail closed since July 18th is expected to be completed October 27th. And students in the Lake Chelan School District can expect some new laptops among their school supplies. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
As the sun sets on another hot summer, let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa winterize and close your pool. Closing your swimming pool is the most important service to get right. Letting the professionals from Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa close your pool will ensure that you won't cost yourself thousands of dollars in damage next year. Want to save a little money? Consider dropping the water level yourself and save. Don't wait. Blue Lagoon's pool closing schedule is filling up quickly. Call today.
Hi, I'm John Volan, and I'm running for judge here in Chelan County. For me, being a judge is a valuable way to serve my community. I believe that judges can make real and positive differences for the people who appear before them, as well as for the communities in which they serve. I'm asking for the chance to serve Chelan County and make those differences for you. This fall, vote for me, John Volan, for Chelan County District Court Judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect John Volan for District Court Judge.
Did you know people 65 or older make up 12% of the U.S. population but consume 34% of all prescription drugs? Protect yourself and your aged loved ones from prescription errors. Always read labels carefully to avoid mistakes. Ask your pharmacist if over-the-counter medicines conflict with your prescriptions, and never skip doses or take more than is prescribed. This message sponsored by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington. Call 1-800-572-4459 for prescription assistance.
Welcome back. In another news, the Cascade Orchard Bridge, which connects Leavenworth to Icicle Road and the Icicle Valley, will reopen Friday after more than 3 months of repair. Officially, traffic should be able to resume at 5 p.m. that day. The bridge was closed to all traffic for about 30 days. Chelan County contractors will continue their work into next week to complete some final touches on the two-lane bridge. Next week, motorists should expect a few days of flag-controlled traffic that reduces the bridge to 1 lane. An East Wenatchee lawyer has been appointed to the state board that oversees conduct cases for attorneys throughout Washington. John Brangwin will join the Washington State Bar Association Disciplinary Board starting October 1st by appointment of the state Supreme Court. The 14-member board meets 6 times a year and reviews cases where a lawyer might face suspension or disbarment for unethical conduct. Brangman was notified of the appointment earlier this week by Supreme Court Chief Justice Stephen Gonzalez. Well, a project to remove old mining waste near Saddle Rock that has kept the popular Wenatchee Foothills Trail closed since July 18th is expected to be completed now by October 27th. Wenatchee Parks, Recreation and Cultural Services Director Dave Erickson told Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz the work will also mean a better trail.
Yeah, so excited to have this one done. Actually, this project's been underway for 10 years, if you can believe that. From the time that the very first soil analysis was done, all the way up until this remediation project, which we really appreciate everybody being super patient while the closure's been underway. But the crews are up there with big yellow equipment that take up the entire trail width, and they are regrading the entire trail at this point. They're dropping down a gravel surface to help with all weather opportunities. They're putting in water bars so the water won't run down. You don't get the Grand Canyon running down the center of the trail. Now the water will run off the trail, off to the side. So they're getting really close. We're in the final home stretch of it. They'll be up there here soon doing the hydroseeding of the areas that have been disturbed, and then coming back in October as well and planting some additional shrubs, some native shrubs and plants. So getting really close. Looking forward to that reopening on the 27th at noon.
Students in the Lake Chelan School District can expect some new laptops among their school supplies. The district announced today it's received a $270,000 grant from the Digital Equity and Inclusion Program run by the state school superintendent. It's the fourth largest grant awarded from that program to any Washington school system, aimed at helping districts where students may not have guaranteed access to internet resources. Lake Chelan will use the funds to purchase about 600 new Chromebooks for its school children. Also among the grant recipients are the neighboring Manson School District, which will receive $77,000, and the Wenatchee School District with a grant of about $181,000. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
I've been in law enforcement for over 36 years, and I've seen a lot of politicians talk about police. But Kim Schreier is different. She listens to us, and she delivers. It's Kim who got more money for law enforcement to fund equipment that we need, like new bulletproof vests, and more funding for mental health resources for an integrated approach to serve our community.
We need to increase funding to police, and that's exactly what I've done in Congress.
Kim has our back, and she has my support.
I'm Kim Schreier, and I approve this message.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight we re-meet a dog with a big personality named Andy.
Hello, I'm Jenny. I'm the volunteer coordinator here at the Wenatchee Humane Society. And with me today I have Andy. Otherwise known as Andrew, as we like to affectionately call him, because I like to say that every day he's trying to be the very best Andrew he can be. Right, Betty? He's what I describe as like high on life. He is so jolly, so much fun. I personally adore Andy. He obviously has a lot to say. So every day he greets us, telling me all about what he's done the day before. He's actually quite smart though too. He has a bunch of tricks that he knows. He knows sit, he knows shake. He's learning to walk good on a leash. He does know eye contact, but the problem is he gets very excited about everything. So he has moments where he forgets how to behave on leash. Overall, Andy is, he might be one of my favorite guys. He does go to playgroup with a bunch of dogs. He's not every dog's cup of tea though, because he's a little bit on the rough and rowdy side. But he comes in full steam, plays with them for a few minutes, and then he usually finds a stick and settles down with his stick. He's also a very scheduled dog. So here at the shelter, Andy knows when our daily enrichments are and what time they are. So he very much looks forward to scent tube time. He's awesome with people. He greets everybody kind of in this manner. He has a lot to say to everyone, and he wants to greet everyone. Yeah. When treats are involved, he does get a little bit more demanding, obviously. But overall, Andy is just, he's adorable. And he's just a super, super fun guy. Andy is going to have a life full of adventures.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and closed 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. for quiet hour. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Let's take a look now at your north central Washington weather forecast. First, we begin up in the upper valley. Yes, this is our Lake Wenatchee camera. Remember, if you've been watching the newscast this week, we've been using this camera just about every day where you couldn't see absolutely anything because of the heavy smoke. At least today you can see Kaler Glen Golf Course and part of Lake Wenatchee, so things are a little bit better today. A little bit more wind, and that helped us out today. 75 degrees unofficially our high temperature today. 71 is our normal for this time of year. Our record 87 set back in 1993. We started the day at 55. That's 7 degrees above where we should be now at 48 for a normal low. Our record low 31, and that was set in 1985. Sunrise this morning 6:57, and the sun sets tonight at 6:44. Let's take a look now what we can expect as we get you into your Friday. Yeah, another weekend coming up, and the weather is going to be great starting tomorrow. Slightly warmer tomorrow, 76 for Moses Lake and Ephrata. A little bit cooler back in the Columbia Basin, and then warmer along the Highway 97 corridor all the way up to Omak. In fact, Omak, our warm spot tomorrow at 80 degrees, 78 the high temperature tomorrow in Wenatchee. Beautiful way to end this work week. Tonight, see some hazy moonlight out there. That haze will stick around overnight and into our morning hours tomorrow. We will see lows overnight tonight, somewhere into the mid-50s. Getting you into that Friday morning haze, giving way to mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. We will warm up, as we just talked about, into the upper 70s. High pressure anchored just off the coast of British Columbia. It's really not going anywhere either, and that means a beautiful start to our Saturday and the beginning of a mini fall heat wave as we move through the weekend and into next week. High temperatures Saturday, almost 80 degrees, going to be a beauty, and we're going to stay that way on Sunday. Clear skies from Washington all the way down into Southern California. High temperatures Sunday into the low 80s. That's going to be 10 degrees above where we should be, and we're going to stay unseasonably warm on Monday as that dome of warmth stays over the Pacific Northwest. High temperatures right around that 80 degree mark once again, and going all the way into the end of our forecast into Wednesday. Not much going to change, folks. Here's that high pressure still up and over us. We're going to stay warm for Wednesday with high temperatures then. Once again, unseasonably warm, right near 80 degrees. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 54 overnight tonight. We'll see 78 tomorrow, as we mentioned, and that just kicks off a nice stretch of beautiful weather. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we are going to see temperatures in the 80 degree range, maybe even lower 80s. Sunshine throughout our forecast, and even to the end of the forecast on Wednesday, maybe a few more clouds, but not many. Mostly sunny with a high temperature then once again near 80 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
news, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. The Mariners' magic number is down to 3, thanks to a Seattle 3-1 win over Texas last night and a Boston 3-1 win over Baltimore. The Mariners' magic number is down to 3 to clinch a playoff berth. Last night's game started in similar fashion as the previous nights, with Josh Young driving in a run, his 6th RBI of the series. But Seattle answered back at the bottom of the first with the first hit after returning from a broken finger by Eugenio Suarez. It was pitching and defense from there.
And he bounces this one up the middle. Around third base, here comes Lowe, and Young has driven in the first run tonight. It's 1-0 Rangers.
To center, Taveras showing his numbers. Taveras is watching it go off the base of the wall. Dylan Moore is steaming home. France pedals to third, and Eugenio Suarez gets the Mariners on the board in the first inning. This game is all tied at 1. To center, Taveras making the catch. France tags Mitch Haniger with the first inning sacrifice fly. How about 2 runs in the first inning for the Mariners? They do hang a crooked number, and they have taken the lead. Chopper up the middle. Perez can't get to it. Smith charges onto first. They get the out there. France scores. And everybody moves up. Broken bat. Little flare. Flag down. Dylan Moore. Ball game is over. The Mariners draw even in the series, and they drop their magic number to make the playoffs for the first time in 20 years to 3.
George Kirby was really good today, going 6 innings, giving up just the 1 earned run. Turned the rest of it over to the fantastic bullpen. And offensively, it's good to see Ty France with a couple of hits. Suarez back in the lineup. He had 3 hits tonight, including a double. Nice production from the top of the lineup.
Manager Scott Servais says last night's game more resembled the kind of baseball we've seen most of the season.
Really good effort by our guys tonight, and it has been a struggle here recently, but we got back to doing what we do, and that's controlling the strike zone, starting with George Kirby on the mound. I thought the first couple innings George was not as sharp as we've seen him, but he made a nice little adjustment in the third inning. The command came back, with the 2-seamer and got all of his pitches working, and that's the bullpen that we've relied on all year. Swanee's had a couple rough outings. He bounced back, was awesome tonight. Mooney's about as sharp. Those guys are rested, our high leverage guys. They haven't pitched a lot lately, and we saw what they can do when we go out there. So, not an easy one by any means tonight. It's kind of what Martin Perez has done to us. Most of the outings against us, there's a lot of traffic. He figures out a way to pitch out of traffic, but a lot of really good at-bats tonight. Gino, great to have him back. He was on it. Last night, I mentioned earlier today, his timing was a little off. Totally expected, and tonight it was dead on. So swung back great. Ty was on it. A lot of good at bats, not a lot of hits, but a lot of good at bats and taking the walks and moving the line. So nice win.
Mariners and Rangers play the rubber match of the 3-game set tonight, 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Now we'll get to the wild card standings in a moment, but first a little baseball history that was made last night in Toronto.
And the 3-2. Drilled deep to left field. This could be it. See ya. He's done it. Number 61. He's been chasing history, and now he makes it. He and Roger Maris are tied with 61 home runs, the most anybody has ever hit in a single season in American League history.
It's an incredible honor, and getting a chance to be, associated with, one of the Yankee greats, one of baseball's greats, be enshrined with him forever is, it's words can't describe it, and that's one thing that's so special about the Yankees organization is all the guys that came before us and kind of paved the way and, played the game the right way, did the things the right way, did a lot of great things in this game, and getting a chance to be, mentioned with those guys now is, I can't even describe it. It's incredible honor, that's for sure. Having my mom here supporting is, she's been with me through it all. That's for sure. From the Little League days, getting me ready for school, being there my first professional game, being there at my debut, and then, now getting a chance to be here for this. This is something special, but, we're not done yet, so we'll have a couple more fun ones, that's for sure.
And the Yankees did win the ball game, downing the Blue Jays 8-3. That combined with Seattle's win puts the Mariners just 2 games back of Toronto for the top wildcard spot. Tampa Bay also came up short to Cleveland 2-1, so the Rays are just a half game in front of Seattle. Boston beat Baltimore 3-1, which drops the Orioles to 4.5 games behind Seattle. And the Mariners' win eliminates Minnesota and Chicago from any chance of reaching the postseason. Again, Seattle's magic number to clinch its first playoff berth since 2001, just 3. Well, there were a couple of volleyball matches last night across north central Washington. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Omak edged Okanagan in the backyard brawl, 3-2. Tenasket topped Liberty Bell 3-1. Busy schedule tonight. Entiat is at Easton, while Waterville Mansfield's visiting Thorpe. Brewster has a match with Manson, while Okanagan's at Bridgeport. Lake Roosevelt travels to Oroville. Cascade hosts Quincy. Kashmir visits Omak. For the larger schools tonight, Ephrata is at Grandview. Eastmont's hosting West Valley at 7 o'clock. That's the same time for Wenatchee on the road at Moses Lake. Well, Eastmont and Moses Lake swimming and diving teams were on the road today to face West Valley at Lions Pool in Yakima. They're just finishing that up. Also, big cross-country meets at Quincy earlier this afternoon, featuring runners from Cascade Christian, Kashmir, Chelan, Moses Lake, and Omak. A busy schedule for the prep girls soccer gets underway. In fact, it's underway. Ephrata is at Ellensburg. Omak's hosting Kashmir. Liberty Bell is at Oroville. It's also Pateris at Okanagan. Brewster hosting Manson, and Tenasket traveling to Lake Roosevelt. The final game of the night, Quincy is hosting Cascade. Don't forget, high school football on the broadcast here tomorrow night. We'll be at Eastmont for their homecoming against Sunnyside. Join Paul Collard and yours truly for all the play-by-play. That's a look at sports news. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, part 2 of our conversation with Dave Erickson, the Director of Parks, Rec, and Cultural Services for the City of Wenatchee. And the first thing on the agenda is this patch of dirt right behind us, which ain't going to be a patch of dirt much longer.
Nope. Community garden vegetables coming soon.
We like that. Plus all the fall and winter recreation opportunities for you folks to partake in, from volleyball to basketball and everything else about your parks and your recreation department here at the City of Wenatchee. That's with Dave Erickson on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Guys, thank you very much. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us and have a great night.
Be sure to tune in each weeknight for sports during the NCWLIFE Evening News. If it's the Mariners, the Seahawks, or any of our local teams, I'll be sure to cover the latest right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE channel.